Hi guys, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me for this video because we've got the severe thunderstorms here in South Australia and it's raining quite heavily at times. So hopefully none of the thunder will come too close and scare us all. I'm on for my final project for Aunty Vera Scrap and Craft for September. So just a reminder, the theme is My Island Home. So I had an idea which I'm quite excited about and I can't wait to make this. So in one of my recent secondhand hauls, I found this journal that someone had made, a thought book. And they're just bits of wood that have been painted. And it was held together with some twine, I think. And on the inside were purple pages. Don't ask me why purple. Anyway, I took the purple papers out to use in another project, but I'd really like to reuse these covers, and I think these are going to be perfect for my next project. So I've gathered some bits and pieces that I might like to use. So I've got some of my, like the pretty bookend pages. I've got some paper bags. Now, these are photos of a trip that I had earlier this year to Victoria. And I think it really represents Australia, this trip, because I drove across the land and it was full of just your farming fields and windmills. I went and visited the giant koala and all of these places. So I've wanted to create a type of journal or album to put my memories in for that trip. Now the trip was for a crafting retreat where we did make a journal, and I was going to use that one, but I've filled that one up with so many other bits and pieces. And when I saw the papers for this month, I thought they'd go perfectly for this sort of thing. So that's my plan. So I've printed out these photos. I've got all my receipts and business cards and notes that I took along the way. I've got some of the bits and pieces that I picked up, postcards and that sort of thing, pamphlets. Now, all of this would be quite boring to someone else, but to me, it's all memories of the trip I had. So I really wanted somewhere to be able to store all of this stuff where I might pick it up and look at it sometime. Also, I wouldn't mind taking another trip over there in the future, far, far, far in the future, by the looks of things. So this would be a type of journal or album that I'd take with me to add to, and because it will have maps and information on the area in it as well. So this is a map that I ripped out of a book and took with me just to show me how to get from South Australia to Ballarat. And then I printed out some maps of the actual area near Ballarat that I was going to. And then I grabbed from the hotel, you know, you go in the hotel and they had a little pamphlet stand with all these bits and pieces. So I grabbed all of that stuff. And then I've got some of my oxide sprayed papers, which I'll probably use some of, and my print ones. I'll also reckon I'll use my oxide sprays, which are one of my chosen products for the month, in the journal as well. I'd like to experiment with them a bit more. This is some of the packaging from the ephemera that I grabbed for the month. I love the packaging, so I'm going to implement that as well. I've got the offcuts of the papers that I used in my previous project. And then these are the papers that I've kept specifically for this project, because my last project was my bird journal, so I grabbed all the bright ones that had birds on it. So these ones I thought would be great for a travel journal as this one has the background of a map of Australia, and then it's about like the gold rush and that. So this is number one. So it's the Couture Creation Sweeping Plains collection. This is number one. Now, of course, these papers are on sale for the month of September as well. So I'll be using that one, just perfect, I reckon, for the colours and that, because that's basically the colours of the area that I was driving through. Same with this one. This is number 6. This one's number 3. And this one is number 10. And this one is number 9. So they're the ones that I've kept specifically for this project, plus the offcuts of all the other papers. I also have all my little offcuts and scraps from my previous projects, some stamps that I did, my die cut negatives, which I love, more stamps in the bottom there, these bits that I cut out of one of the papers. So I'll be able to utilise those. I've got some envelopes here which I might want to use. Found some napkins which I think will be perfect as well, so I'll do something fun with those. I have the die cut ephemera, which is chosen product for the month, as well as the wooden flourishes, the Native Breeze wooden flourishes that I chose. So it'd be heaps fun to use a whole lot of that up as well. And then I've got my stamps if I want to do some more stamping. So these are the ones that I grabbed. So these are on sale for the month as well. So they're the Couture Creation Sweeping Plains stamp and die sets, the kookaburra and the eucalyptus here. And then I've also got Sunburnt Country, Protea and Waratah postage stamp. I thought they would go nicely together. And in my stash I had these dies, so I've been using them as well. And then I've got some travel themed ephemera that I've just had lying around the place. I'm not sure if I'll use it or not, but there's some bits, like it's got the word journey there. That might be really cool to put on. And a camera, a compass and that, which I might be able to use as a dangle somewhere. So I'm not sure if I'll use any of these, but they're there if I want to. So with all of that, I think I'm going to have a whole pile of fun. So I thought I'd come on and show you what I'm starting off with, because I think it's always fun to see all this stuff and then to see the finished product of what was made with it. So this is just one of your envelopes. It's a bit tattered. So I've just cut a bit of it off. And what I did was cut it down and leave one side longer than the other. So what I'm going to do is I folded that side back, so I'm going to have a tuck spot here, and this will be one side of a page. And then when you turn it over, I've folded that bit down, so that'll be stuck down and I have a tuck spot there and there. So that's the plan. And there'll also be a spot to put some paper in here, like a pocket, I should call it. What I want to do next is just cover it with some old book page. I think that'll look really cool, and then from there I can embellish it and use some pretty papers if I want to. So I found this, I must have been hacking into an old book that is, it's Favourite Australian Stories by Colin Tearley. Perfect. So this has a country town title, and I thought, well, that's going to be really cool since I'm doing a, Victorian sort of country travel journal. So I'm going to put that up there. while I've got the journal here, I might as well show you the progress I've made. I showed you before the bits and pieces that I'd grabbed to put in it. So this is the wood cover, and I've just used, I don't know what you call these, some of these round things to hold it together. I might try and see if I can find some bronze ones, because they will go better with the eyelets that I've used in this one. So I've used some end book page on the inside, back and front covers. Love the colour of it. So now this is the map that I showed, that was a map that I used to help me figure out which towns I needed to go through to get to where I was going. So I went all the way down there, and this is just the map of where the border is, just down here from South Australia into Victoria and down to Ballarat side. There was a bit of distance over this side too that I had to cover, so I might have to find a map of that. I might end up covering, not sure, because it looks pretty good as it is. I can, if I want to, cover these pages, and then there'll be more writing spot. Or maybe I'll just stick some of my travel photos on there. And then there's this page of the Sweeping Plains collection, absolutely beautiful. Love that one, the colours in it. So with that one, I have just folded it over so it flips out, so heaps more room there to put some pictures and some journaling spots. This is the packaging that I also showed from the die cut ephemera. It had a fold in it anyway as it was, so I just adhered that to make a little pocket there, and I covered it with the book page. I do have to ink around that, so I'll do that later. I thought I'd put it all together so I know how it looks and what other pages I have to add, and then I can take it apart. That's the beauty of doing a journal like this. I can take it apart, take pages out, rearrange it, ink it all up and that afterwards. So that's another of the beautiful papers for this month. I love the look of that, and I love it next to this, which is a brown paper bag. I just cut a bit of one side off so it fit in. I folded the base up and I cut the base down so I've got two pockets. And then you can, of course, put something in there. And then I used some of the beautiful paper just to cover that. And then the other side can be written on or have something stuck on it. So this is one of these, which a lovely lady gifted to me recently. It's a Salvo's, must be for their, that holds their bags. She has a loved one that works at Salvo's, so I assumed that he took them home for her to use. So she sent some to me, which is great. So sturdy. So I covered one of those in some of the beautiful pages, and then just hole punched a little thumb notch in there. And that's the other side. I love the picture of the tree there, and it goes real nice with the koalas. So I'll be able to slip something in there and stick something on there if I like. A beautiful page of the koalas. So that is it for now. this. Not sure if I want paper or whether I'll do something contrasting there as well. We definitely need something in here. Hang on, I wonder how this would look colour-wise. This is the paper that I sprayed with the oxides. I quite like that. Might use that actually. I might end up sticking this up this side instead of having it open the whole way then. It'll make a pocket in there. And that way I don't have to use so much of this paper to cover the inside there. All right, that's nice actually, nice and neat, a bit smoother. Just debating whether I might do it on there as well. So now I've got this bit. Don't know whether I want to do the corners. I'll contemplate that, I think. All right, I'm actually really liking that now. Might just surround the corners just a tiny little bit. Let's try the 4mm one. Yeah, kind of like that, all right. All right, so that's this little pocket done. And you know what? I forgot to ink any of that. that side done. I think a bit of the ephemera from the Sweeping Plains collection will go beautifully there. I don't want to put it on just yet though, because I might want to put maybe some stamping or some of my photos or something on here. So I think what I will do now is I will close this and then I'll put the eyelets in and see where I want to fit it in my little book. So I'll leave that like that. Now we'll get our eyelets in. So I've got to grab my book. And then I've got a piece here hiding somewhere that I'm using as a measurement for where I put my eyelets. Recently sorted all my eyelets into this, so I'm starting to get a nice collection. Managed to grab a whole heap of these from Aunty Vera just recently too, so if you're short on eyelets, then go and check out. I think I've got all of these little 1/8 of an inch ones, a lot of different greens and silver and copper ones, so, but these are the ones I'm going through now. Yeah, so they work pretty good on thicker stuff, so it's definitely the length of the stems. Still trying to get used to using the thing, so I'm learning. It looks quite nice at the front too. Decisions. I'm gonna just put it in for now. I think I'll be changing them around a fair bit until I figure out where I'm happy with them. Could possibly go here. That fits good. Got a little tuck there, and we will have our 2 tucks there, and then a big pocket here to slip some things into. So I'm really happy with the way it's coming along. So I'll have to start getting into the embellishments soon. The next page that I want to show you is I have another paper bag. I've got a thing for paper bags in this journal. So this is a big paper bag, probably from a liquor store or something. But I've just cut the bottom bit off. And I was looking at that thinking, oh, what can I do with that? So it's very interesting. So first I am going to put some of the beautiful papers on there. So I reckon I'll make this side the front. Yeah, I'm gonna make that the front. And I've cut these papers, so I want to use this one on there, so I'll give it an ink first. And then I've got this piece. Now, must not forget to ink. Right, the next thing I want to do is, see, we've got this middle bit of the bag there. I'm not going to stick that together yet, but in each one of these sections we've got bits like this that are a little annoying, so I'm going to stick them down like that so that we just have the one pocket. It's the same in this side, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, these bits, yeah. So I'll make sure that these are stuck down. Right, now that's a neat pocket there. And a neat pocket in there as well. Don't know if I'll do thumb notches, although it probably wouldn't hurt in these areas. Now I have this hessian, which I really like the look of there, so I'm thinking about doing a little pocket that goes on there to tuck something into. Now I might back that onto some page just so it's easier for me to slip things in and out of. So I'll just cut some of this off. So now we can stick our little pocket on. I just want to see where the holes are going to go, because this fits the whole album pretty well, this does. So I should get away with that all right. Just debating whether I should put my eyelet in now, which I might do. So where's my little piece? Here it is. And a pencil. a little pocket on, and that should work. And if I cut those bits off, then we can see where our eyelet is. So that's going to be that. Now this middle, that is almost perfect. So just cut some of this off and we'll see. It was a bargain. I found a whole bag full of Hessian, and there were about 5 different colours in there, which was awesome. So they've come in so handy. Now, oh, I cut that really nice, didn't I? Not, but I will fix it. Now I'm thinking of sticking this in there, and we'll still have our pockets either side. It's just a bit of embellishment. I was going to do lace, but I don't know if lace will really go in this. Maybe we'll have it in a bit more than that though. Like something like that. I think that's really nice actually. So we might do that. So I might whack that in there. So that's just in that little in-between bit in the middle. Now I learnt that trick when I went to my retreat in Victoria, because we made a journal in this sort of style, but we tied it together and we stuck lace in the middle. So it's another reason why I'm doing this style of journals, because that reminds me of the journal that I made on the retreat as well. So let's get a whole pile of glue in there to stick this Hessian to. Now I stick this piece down as well. Now just make sure my pocket's still open, that's the main thing. I think that's beautiful actually. Could have pulled the Hessian out a bit more. I forgot that one side's a bit longer, or wider I should say, than the other, so it sticks out nicely there, but not so much there, but that's all right. Just a nice fringe. So that is my paper bag pocket. So I've got a pocket there and a pocket there. So of course I will probably embellish these more. So I'll be back on afterwards to show you. I'm going to go and do a whole lot of embellishing now. So I might show you some more bits and pieces, but if not, I'll definitely show you the flip through at the end. I did make this page. This was a back page of a book I had, and it had this note section in it. So these pages come out still together, so I just stuck them together to make it thicker. And I thought that's beautiful for Australian theme, and gun leaves, and I can write notes on that page. So now I'm going to whack this in there and go and do some embellishing.